What's up, boys and girls? Johnny, how you doing, kid?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Thanks.
Joel, how about yourself? My man in Amsterdam. So here we are back at Golden Touch Studios.
Crow Village Productions.
Yeah, back in the old hood.
Yeah.
What's new? What's going on with you?
Oh man,
Nice
just
hat.
yeah. I got this one time because a while back because they jumped off the woke bandwagon, so I In and Out Burger. So anyway, got a soft spot in my heart for them. So
Yeah, and
I don't really go there, but
you don't like In-N-Out Burger?
Oh yeah, they're great. Yeah, I just
Parker doesn't like In-N-Out Burger.
Really, he's the one.
Yeah, he's the one. No bacon, he says. Can't get a bacon cheeseburger. He's not happy about it.
So he just turns right and goes somewhere else.
Yeah,
okay.
but anyway, listen, thanks for tuning in and checking us out. We like to hang out here and talk and have a good time and share our opinions on the way of the world.
Yeah. We either evolve or devolve into the political realm, depending on how you look at it.
Depends on what it is. A couple things real quick. I want to give a shout out to my niece and nephew. My niece graduated college back in Maryland. Shout out to Kelsey. And my nephew Brian joined the Air Force.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So
congratulations to him.
Yeah. I think military intelligence, which they say is a oxymoron, right?
Jumbo shrimp.
But yeah, no, there are such things, jumbo shrimp. But anyway, a little bit about weed. It's crazy. We talk about this a little bit each time.
It seems like it's changing quite a bit. I mean, it hit its.
The big people are making it, and the little people are not.
It's just like flies are dropping. Yeah,
they are. There's not a lot of cultivations. But again, I think the state's fucking up too because there's still a lot of underground stuff that goes on, and I think the state could do a lot more, especially with the amount of money that they're taking in, the 27+% tax.
Well, it's a rough sport, and so to be in that business, margins and all that, and a lot of people get into it because, like we were saying, hey, dude, let's grow some weed, bro.
Yeah. Green gold, but this is the year. It's make or break. I was at a facility out in Corona that's almost finished. It's going to open up July 1st, and I think one of their 7 stores. So the big guys are making it, you know what I mean? The people that were in the culture, they can sustain and know how to run a business as far as, the money's concerned. But it is what it is.
Well, it ain't a demand thing.
No,
just like people ask us about when we're playing music. Well, companies are closing, people are jumping off bridges because they're losing everything, but they're still out there drinking and listening to music.
Yeah.
So it's kind of insulated,
slightly recession proof.
Yeah.
Like bars, funeral homes, and whorehouses. But anyway, I just got back from New Orleans.
That's right. You went to Jazz Fest.
Went to Jazz Fest.
You go every year, right?
I went every year up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then they canceled 2 years. And then that 1 year I had to be at Hall of Flowers and I couldn't make it. But went for both weekends.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle just recently retired and moved back to New Orleans. They live in Jefferson Parish in Metairie. Was joined mid-trip by my sister and Karen and another friend.
Yeah.
Had a blast.
As usual.
Hung out with, Albert got to play with Leo Nositelli on the Gentilly stage.
Albert Margolis.
What did I say?
You said Albert, but Albert Margolis.
Albert Margolis, sorry.
For our throngs of fans who don't know who Albert is.
Yeah, you're friends with Albert?
Yeah, I know Albert Margolis. So now Jazz Fest, it started in 1970, right? I mean, it's been going at 50-some years.
Yeah.
I was reading about it. The first headliners were Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald. Mm-hmm. They were the first ones, yeah.
And when the name Jazz Fest kind of people go, oh, jazz, I didn't know you were into jazz. It's not really. It's evolved into, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 huge stages. They have a blues tent, a gospel tent, and a jazz tent. There's a little like a Fado stage, which is like local artists. I saw Los Lobos. I saw Wu-Tang, Tedeschi Trucks, the Lumineers, Steve Miller, Tab Benoit, Mumford and Sons, Leon Bridges. I mean, that's, again,
it covers the.
Yeah, there was a lot of great folks there. I had a crawfish omelet every morning. I ate crawfish every day that I was there. Yeah, lump crab meat. You know what I mean? The big ass Gulf shrimp. Yeah, no, shout out to Uncle Jack and Aunt Mimi.
Oh, that's why you said there are jumbo shrimp.
There are, and they come right from the Gulf, and they don't like clean them, like they're right there. They just put them in a big bucket, at the meat counter, and you just get your boiled crawfish there too, But it's a different way of life down there. I love Louisiana.
What's the weed situation there?
It's funny that you say that, because I took a bunch of weed and edibles, and my uncle and I had probably consumed much more than we should have based on my trip and who else. My sister was coming.
What are the odds of that?
So I had to order some but my sister says, "Oh, there's a dispensary right down the street from Uncle Jack's house." And I was like, "There is? Interesting." So Uncle Jack and I got in the truck and we rode over to the dispensary and got him on the phone. And you have to have a medical card, and they'll give you one for just anything.
Yeah.
But to get the medical card, it's $175.
Yeah.
So I just looked at Uncle Jack. I said, "Fuck that." I said, "I'll just call somebody that's flying in and have some more weed and edibles brought in."
Yeah.
So it's they're cheating people out of medicine. They're cheating people out of recreational use. You know what I mean? But hopefully, was it 21, 22 states now, maybe more?
Yeah, I think it's 24. I thought.
Yeah.
I always thought that medical card was just another revenue stream, because it didn't mean shit.
I got one.
Hillbilly
and I went and got our medical cards together, and we went to a doctor and just walked into a room that had a scale and just a little like cot to lay on. You went in and sat down, and the doctor said, "Yeah, why do you think you need it?" I can't sleep. I don't feel good. My back hurts. My right eye twitches.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Here you go. Pay the $50. See you later.
Well, back when you could still go down to Venice Beach and walk up and down, and it was cool.
Yeah.
It was just, it was people selling T-shirts and cards.
Yeah.
That's what every other establishment was. Somebody selling a card, and that's why they're selling them at Venice Beach. Yeah, sure, come on in. Yeah, I'm a doctor.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Your knee hurts. Here, take this.
Yeah, that's where I want to get my medical advice.
So many stories from that very first night that we got our card, but we don't have time on the show to share it. But yeah, Louisiana was great. It was so good to be back. The fairgrounds are laid out the same every year.
Yeah. That's good.
I have a lot of great memories with so many friends and family. Mom's been there. Parker's been there. Shout out to Big Robbie Stevenson. He was a big part of getting me to the initial Jazz Fest, and he's deceased. And as I walked around, the streets of New Orleans and the track, I a couple of times had some great memories of things that he and I did there. Shout out to Jerry Murphy over in England. I met him there at Jazz Fest. I want to say 2008, 2009. I'm not really sure that date, but it's quite some time, and we're still friends. I did go to see him when we were in Liverpool.
Yeah,
he lives just across the Mersey. I forget the name of the town, but yeah,
takes the ferry across the Mersey.
Yeah, it should be a song. Other stuff in the world today.
Well, before we go, you saw Albert, right?
I saw Albie.
Albie, that's right. That's Albie. Yeah,
it's Albie now.
That's
Albert
right.
Margolis.
I talked to him the other day. Do we have a picture of Albie up there? There he is.
There he is, right there.
Yeah,
that's on the Gentilly stage. He's playing with Leo Nositelli of the original Meters. Packed. Just after that, I think it poured rain pretty hard, but it was extremely cool.
So now, did you have like a backstage pass to get there where you are right there? Or?
Oh yeah. Thanks to Albie. Yeah. There we go.
There he is.
Meters. Yeah. And then I got to hang out there for like the rest of the afternoon when I wanted to get in there, because they're so tight on security around there. If you have any kind of pass that has that date on, they're like, yeah, go ahead. But I saw Steve Miller from that side of the stage, and I got to hang out with a bunch of friends. It was good times.
Like and I noticed you sent a picture of the costume. I mean, was it kind of Mardi Gras? Is it Mardi Gras atmosphere there, or? Yeah. So there you go.
So the Indians are a huge part of the culture in New Orleans, and they're kind of like, if you're, you had to be from Philly to do, but the mummers, they work all year on these huge costumes, and there's a parade, and I should have sent a video, but they just, they're chanting with a couple tambourines and maybe a horn or two, na na nee, na nee,
Yeah.
na na nee,
Yeah. That second line
and
stuff.
yeah, and there's the spy boy, and because you go from neighborhood to neighborhood, you know what I mean? Like, this is our hood kind of thing, and you see another chief, and there's like a little confrontation,
Yeah.
but not confrontation, but
Right. I got you. Yeah.
they're acting out these kind of things, It's super great tradition and just wonderful costumes, and they put a lot of time in it. And it's if you saw the show Treme on HBO,
Oh yeah.
Remember
that?
Yeah, he works on his costume, and
Yeah.
His son comes back, and then he gets involved, and it's a tradition in New Orleans.
So if you believe, we've always talked about the news, and you can't believe anything anyone says about anything. I don't believe Walter Cronkite anymore if he was on, but if you listen to the news,
you mean people are still clowning around?
No. Well, New Orleans is a clown. Is it just one giant clown car? They said, but they it's always it's the new murder capital and like that. But you guys didn't have any problems, right?
No, but New Orleans is known for a high crime rate.
Certain sections.
It's like Atlantic City or parts of Beverly Hills. Like, you stray a few blocks away, and you're in the hood.
Yeah,
and you should. I mean, especially today, you need to be aware of your surroundings. If you're a tourist, and
no matter where,
and you're drunk, New Orleans is known for hurricanes and drinking, and Bourbon Street's kind of just like this nasty urine vomit smelling.
So nobody
place.
really goes to Bourbon Street anymore.
No,
right?
Your first time maybe you go to New Orleans,
but the rest of the time, if you want to go hear music, you go
you go the other side of the quarter, Frenchman Street, or you move out into the other parishes. You go up to see up to the Maple Leaf, or you go to Tipantina's and Uptown, or there's lots of venues, the West Bank, anywhere. But yeah, that's a tourist trap right there. I actually strolled into the casino one night. I left Albee in the quarter, and I needed to catch a Uber back up to Metairie to my uncle and aunt's house, and I stopped in the casino, which was in turmoil because it's been taken over by Caesars. But had a little fun there, won a few dollars, and then pissed it all back in.
That's why they're still open.
Yeah, well,
you can win, but you can't walk.
Yeah, that's if you're a degenerate gambler, an alcoholic, and a drug addict, things are difficult.
It's a
sometimes.
trifecta right there, huh?
And a womanizer. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, New Orleans is fantastic. I recommend, if you haven't been, you go. And I'm fortunate because we did have family there for so many years. I was there for Thanksgiving. I've been there for Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
I was there after Katrina. I was there before Katrina. If you can support New Orleans
with Katrina,
with Katrina,
another story,
whole other story. But let's see, what else was I going to say? Well, we're trying to get our buddy in here who's on the road, but we'll see if that works out.
Well, that was Derek, and he's on the road. He's driving. He's stuck in Vail. We got stuck in Vail. That's not like getting stuck in City of Commerce or something.
Yeah,
he's stuck in Vail.
He's okay. Yeah. He's proficient with a weapon. I don't worry about him at all.
I don't think you need to worry about if you're stuck in Vail. But
anyway, part of that segment, and we'll get him back on.
Yeah,
if he doesn't make it on this evening by any chance, we'll get him back on the show. But Suda.
Well, the reason we were having him on is because he's moving.
Yeah, he moved. He done moved.
Yeah, he got out of California, and you can't get a U-Haul. He managed to get a U-Haul, and he got and went. So that's why. And Derek's a cool guy in Livewire and has a lot to say that makes sense. So that's why we wanted to have him on to talk about why he left. Like we need to.
Yeah. Born and raised in San Diego. He's got 3 children. He's left us all. We did get to see him last Saturday. I got to see him for a little bit and hang out with the family. But so his aunt and my mother have been best friends for forever. So I mean, we're kind of pseudo cousins kind of thing, But we've all been to these events and family things together. But yeah, born and raised in San Diego. He's a big Second Amendment guy and loves his family and works hard, and
Yeah.
came from good parents. His Uncle Bill and Aunt Patty are wonderful people, and
Well, he's one of those that have had enough fun.
yeah, he was
That's it.
over it.
That's it.
Better place to raise your children. I think he's like 20, 30 miles just outside of Nashville.
Yeah.
And he already had a job. He's in the automobile business, and he was a successful guy there. So he was able to get involved with the automotive group and get
right.
Get himself situated.
Right. Well, Tennessee's one of the destinations, along with Texas, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina.
Speaking of Florida, did you hear about the NAACP?
I know.
They issued a warning. It's
guys.
Unsafe to travel to Florida.
You don't even know what to say to stuff like that anymore. It's so transparent what they're trying to do. I mean, it has the highest amount of Black-owned businesses in the country is in Florida.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, it's amazing that they just think people will buy it.
People are buying it by the fucking bushel.
Well, I guess, but they aren't. I don't know that they are. That's that's one of the reasons we were just talking about all the corporations and Target, all of them. Target backed off. You were just saying that
Nordstrom's closing 2 stores downtown San Francisco.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's just survival. But even North Face, I saw, has got some guy that they're promoting that you can imagine what he is. But the conversation we had is, so how come? Because it's such a small group of people, and we came up with, well, it's because they want that ESG score, because there are people out there rating companies all the time, and that maybe that's what it is, because it's not about money. Obviously, it isn't. They lose money. Look at Budweiser and Target's same thing. Budweiser's lost $1 billion in market cap. So I guess it has to be that they just are true believers. What else could it be?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't make economic sense for any of those companies. And that's...
Well, speaking of economic sense, I got a question for you. How can we continue to give other countries billions of dollars for whatever, but we can't afford to pay our bills?
Yeah. We can't afford to pay, but somebody's getting paid. That's always the way that's worked.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not super businessman, economics major or anything like that. But it's pretty cut and dry. Like you have income, you have disposable income, right?
Right.
We apparently have more disposable income. I don't understand how we can give all these people and pay all these bills for all these other countries, but we're going to default on our own shit.
Well, we always have, and we're starting to pull back on that. But people get paid to do that. Look at Ukraine. They got paid, man. That's why they waited, and then they went in, and it's the Eisenhower effect, the military-industrial complex, that whole thing. That's why. What other reason? We're altruistic, and we love Ukraine, and I don't think we do. People have been talked into liking that corrupt country.
They're telling us that that Ukraine's doing great and beating Russia, but that's not what you hear, obviously from the other side. But again, we weren't there, we don't know. But if we're doing so well, why do we keep pumping all this money into it? And why are we giving them F-16s now? If they're doing so great with the, why?
Yeah. Well, and for as long as it takes.
Yeah.
Right. Yikes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's that's the only thing I can think about with these companies is they don't care about losing money, because, and we've also talked about in the past about people won't admit they're wrong. We've talked a lot about that.
Take off the jersey.
Yeah, whether it's COVID, whether it's your candidate, whatever it is,
or I'm just sorry.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
Well, I was wrong. I'm admitting that.
I know. It's okay.
I was wrong when I was a recruiter. I would recruit.
Why?
I would recruit these kids that were 25 years old, 24 years old, and I would say to them, you can't go snowflake in these companies. All this stuff you learned in college, because their bottom line is what matters to them. I was wrong.
Well, I mean,
I was wrong because it obviously doesn't.
I mean, everybody's trying to, they try to change the can to some kind of military camouflage. I mean, they've
they're
done
scrambling.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do care about the money. It just, at what point, you know what I mean? Do they really go like, we got to stop fucking around here? You know what I mean? Like,
well, then they're stupid.
Yeah, well, you can't fix stupid.
And
people eat,
and it's all
people eat stupid sandwiches all fucking day long.
Yeah, I do.
Not that way, John.
Okay.
That wasn't a fat joke. That was
that's twice the man I used to be. But anyway. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. These are all C-level guys that are making these decisions, right? It's not HR, and it's the C-level. It's the
board of directors are not sitting around going, "Yeah, that's a great idea."
But it's it's weird, It's we'll put him on there, and we'll for that 1/10 of 1% that popular population, maybe that'll send us over the top.
I think that moving forward, there's going to be a lot more involvement from senior management and the marketing campaigns. I mean, my favorite, Adidas, just got hit with some stuff. Like they had guys wearing women's wearing swimsuits, you know what I mean, with big packages.
Yeah.
And again, look, I mean, I don't want to go the wrong way here. You know what I mean? As far as the LBGT plus community is concerned, I got no problem with your lifestyle or who you love or who you sleep with, or you know what I mean. But I don't like it being forced into certain areas and people telling me, because I don't think that children should be able to have these operations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I'm kind of phobic, because I'm really not. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I am.
We all are, apparently.
I'm not phobic.
No, that is most people don't care. Again, most people don't care. We talked about. I used to do gigs about a mile from here, and it was about 15 years ago. And there was a guy that would come and shoot pool. He's 6'4", ex-football player.
You told me he used to wear a dress. Could you hand me that pipe, John?
And drag, and no one cared, and no one still cares. They care about kids, and then they care about you can only be called racist, homophobe, xenophobe, puppy killers for so long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, which reminds me to say something. A shout out to United States Marine Corps veteran, that young man Penny. Okay. I mean,
my gosh.
Look,
my gosh.
The family attorney, fucking douchebag. Okay. Look, yeah, the guy had some problems. Yeah, the state of New York failed him. Other people failed him. Take a look at the guy's record. If you're on a subway, you're in a can under the ground with nowhere to run, and someone is threatening your life or the lives of people around you, and you do nothing about it, and someone else gets killed. What are you gonna? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Right?
Yeah. Well,
the guy's a hero. You know what I mean? He's raised tons of money. What's the prosecutor's name again? In Manhattan, the guy that
Braggs.
Yeah, well, he's another fucking douchebag.
And he get the guy that the guy,
political fucking move, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
well, let the criminals fucking walk free.
Well, there's hay to be made off of it. I mean, that's why we have a problem. One of the reasons we have a problem with race in this country is because it's coin of the realm for so many people.
Because people just keep bringing it back,
and they make money off it. That's it. Yeah, they make money. So why would they stop? Why would Al Sharpton stop? He was at the funeral for this guy.
Not talking about him. Back on this,
Yeah, everybody knows what.
Did you see AOC pulled up in a big black Suburban, taking selfies and pictures with people? She's done nothing for her constituents. Why the fuck? Who are you?
She just
fucking get rid of her.
She's shiny. She's a shiny object. That's what she is. Probably be president someday.
Yeah, but and the Pooh, the View, those fucking idiots.
Yeah, well.
Oh my God, is it Tim Scott and who's the other gentleman? They're always bad mouthing these guys. You know what I mean? Because they're
the congressman from Florida,
black conservatives. What I mean? Like, he's just pulling himself up by his bootstraps. First of all, it's a First Amendment right, you fat fucking bitch. He can say anything he wants. Like, they let you fucking run your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? About shit that you don't even know, right? You're white as fucking rice. Telling him how it is to be a black man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the stuff that bothers me. How are those people still on TV?
Yeah. Well, it's as soon as they start calling names, and their argument's gone, and that's why they do that, because they don't have an argument.
How come they never show the audience? I don't think there's a fucking audience.
Well, people screaming in there, so maybe it's canned. I don't know.
I mean, it's just dumb. But yeah, she went on some stupid rant about this, and then Whoopi's going on another rant. They want to see everybody locked up. They should lock them fuckers up.
Well, they're locking up. They just locked up that guy, Stuart Rhodes, the Oath Keeper guy.
Yeah, one of them got
who wasn't even in the thing.
Capitol. Yeah,
18 years.
Yeah, they're still going to fight that.
Yeah. Well,
they said there was words, either I don't know if they were posted or something somewhere.
Yeah,
it was words, not actions, that got him this 18 years. But they're still fighting it. Now the other guy got 12 years, and he said it fucked up his whole life. But
they fucked up all their lives, and it was mostly just people walking around and grandmothers with selfie sticks.
Yeah. What happened to Ray Epps? I got a question. What happened? What Tower 7? Where's Ray Epps? What happened to that guy?
He went on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
And he was
defend himself.
He was absolved.
Yeah.
by 60 Minutes. Yeah. So
by the FBI. By the FBI?
Yeah. Jeez.
They're corrupt as fuck.
Yeah. Well, these and I heard a woman talking that's been involved. She's an attorney with the Jan 6 people, and she's an authority on it. She said, boy, they're using all of what they said and what they've done and where they've gone, and they're using all those examples to go after Trump. And he's going to be, she said, there's 100% he's going to be indicted.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
He was impeached twice. You can indict the fucking guy.
Yeah. Well,
listen, give me some fucking evidence. Give me something. You know what I mean?
It'll probably be his pathway to the presidency, because people are tired of it.
I'm sick of the wasted time and all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, you have to look at that picture and say,
Emmett Kelly.
Right. Yeah.
Famous clown.
Cary Grant. I mean, I don't know who he might be, but
Chuckle.
Why?
Bozo.
Krusty the clown. Why are they persecuting and busting this fucking guy's balls so much?
Yeah.
Why? Why has this impeachment not worked? This impeachment not worked? Stormy Daniels, this thing, the taxes, the documents, you know what I mean? Wake up.
Yeah.
I'm not a Donald Trump fan. I like the way he ran the country because he ran it like a business.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was the important thing for me. I like the way he moved around.
Matter.
Because he was brash and bold, said some stupid things. I mean, it wasn't, again, not a huge fan. But the country was moving in a different direction. We weren't at war. You know what I mean? Black historic colleges. You know what I mean? It just, getting people out of jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's turned into this bottomless pit of contempt. That's what it is for him. It just doesn't make any, doesn't matter what he does. So he cures cancer. Too bad. So, hey, before we go any further, one of the things we're going to start doing on these shows is just check in with people who've been on the show before. And we're not going to check in with my friend Guy, but he was on the show, and we had him on because he was in the diesel business, and he talked about, there he is. He's doing something right now. He's on a tour of the country.
Kicked in the head.
He's on a tour of the country with his wife. They just jumped in. They're taking 3 months in the car. Could you put that back up there for just a second? And apparently he's in a city that has a Bronco that is kicking people in the head, but that's where he is now. I don't know where the hell that is, but anyway, they're heading out for 3 months in the car, and
good for him.
Yeah. So, and when he gets back, there's all kinds of speaking of diesels in California that Newsom's doing and the legislature's doing, that we're so screwed. But we'll have him back on to talk about the trains and the diesel trucks and how there's just, we're doomed, kind of.
Lock and load.
Yeah. On that happy note, right?
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. Well,
but it sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. You got some comments?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, there's Peggy. We're in Massachusetts still, so they're watching, which means they're up at going on 10 o'clock, which is big for the Magliolas.
Oh.
Yeah, guys usually 8:30 lights are out.
What times you get up?
I don't know anymore. He used to get up early, but he lives out at the home now in Palm Springs with a golf course. So those guys get up early and play their 9 holes and take their relief factor and a nap. But yeah,
take some edibles. You sleep better.
Yeah, but that was in San Antonio. So
that was in San Antonio.
Yeah. So anyway, he's one of my best friends. But I'm envious. They're out there seeing the country. It's quite the country to see, by car.
Life, maximize your minutes.
Yeah.
If you woke up this morning, you were already ahead of the game. Like, you need to just, whatever happens, work through it and hope that you get up tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, it just, life's precious. Short.
A little gratitude for what you have.
These youngsters, they don't get it, kid.
Don't you think?
They don't get it.
Well, that's what my old man said to me.
The coolest guy in the room?
Yeah, Jack. Yeah.
Jack?
I didn't realize one human being could roll their eyes that many times, but my brother and I are probably, we put it to him,
It's funny because my Uncle Jack is the same way. There was some people at the house, and I don't think Uncle Jack was as comfortable with them as as he may have used to have been. And this guy was telling a story off of something that we were talking about. Uncle Jack was fixing him something. He just going, "Oh my God!" But yeah.
Well, they didn't. I don't know how old your Uncle Jack is, but
I think Jack's 66, 67.
Oh, he's young.
Yeah,
ought to be 66 again.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the people from that World War II generation, of which my mom's still around, 97, and my dad was there. Yeah. They didn't take it. They didn't suffer fools easily. They couldn't be offended by every little thing because they were just trying to put food on the table and defeat the Hun. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Keep the wolves away.
Yeah, that's what they
were.
There's a whole different thing. So none of this trivial bullshit that sends people, their heads explode.
If you don't have anything to do once in a while, just go on YouTube and check out some of these Karen videos, they call them.
Oh, yeah.
People just freaking out in stores, throwing stuff, you know what I mean, tearing up the place over nothing. I love to watch them because I love when they get owned.
Yeah.
I love somebody that runs
most of the time they do.
Right. Or arrested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is great too. They're spouting the law to people, It's like, you're dumb. You're just as dumb as dumb can be. But I see the younger ones, and this girl booked a flight. She's in the airport. It's during COVID. She's wearing a mask, and she had requested an aisle seat, and they gave her the middle seat.
Uh-oh.
She had to be removed from. She blew up. You know what I mean? They refunded her money. She was stranded in Utah. She continued to run her fucking mouth like she was entitled to something. Look, sit your fucking ass in the middle fucking seat and get to San Francisco, connecting flight to Alaska. You know what I mean?
Any landing you walk away from, take that in consideration when you get on a plane, an aluminum tube at 30,000 feet.
And she wasn't like, she was like, about this big around.
Yeah.
But it was COVID, and she was probably scared. She wanted to be on the aisle, not in between two people, or maybe she's claustrophobic. I don't know. You know what I mean? But like, you blew your shit up, and next thing you know, you're
all this Karen stuff that you're talking about in the stores and like that is because there are basically no consequences for it. You know what I mean? And everything's accepted, and you better accept it. Here's a Target with the pouch, right? The tuck pouch thing, right? Well, you used to be able to get stuff like that, but it came in the mail in a brown paper package, unmarked. You know what I mean? And now it's next to the it's next to the onesies in the baby section at Target. So there's no one cares a shame. It's all normal,
No, but screaming profanities at people, food service workers, throwing food at people. Society, like, you just spend a day, watch some of those, you know what I mean? And you're just like, what the fuck? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Of all colors, creeds, races, sexual preferences, pronouns, he, she, it, that, whatever, grown ass man.
It
just amazes me. Like, I'm entertained for hours watching that and cop shows. You know what I mean? Because again, you know what I mean? If you can't be good, don't get caught.
Yeah.
These people driving around, expired tags, lights are out. You know what I mean? They got guns and drugs in the car, or they're already wanted for something else. You have a warrant for your arrest, and you know it.
Yeah.
You could be extradited back to Chicago or back to Baltimore, whatever, and you're driving around in a stolen vehicle at 3:00 in the morning. Like,
having fun.
That's not fun,
Yeah.
It's not, I mean,
well, the thing,
but
what you were talking about is we're talking about consequences. I just heard some stats about LA and traffic tickets. They used to do 600 traffic tickets a day before COVID. It's 99 tickets in the city proper and 200, I think, in the county a day. So, they LA
they obviously don't need the money.
They just instituted no bail again. That was just happening yesterday. Yeah. So people get arrested, no bail, and we'll see you, hopefully.
Yeah. What about Title 42?
Well, I don't know. Supposedly, there's some congressmen and senators that are trying to reinstate, but until somebody gets in there and says it's closed, the border's closed, no one else is getting in until we sort all this shit out, then there's no, come on in. They don't even need to sign the guest book, really, like we said before. Just come on in,
But don't the states have their own laws about people coming into the state?
Yeah, it's dicey because the immigration is a federal thing, but it didn't stop Texas from putting the National Guard down there.
Yeah, I'm sure they got the big,
in Brownsville,
from Brownsville up.
Yeah, and they got Brownsville, and they didn't really have too much of a problem when that went down because they put barbed wire and
Connex boxes. Guard. They built a wall of Connex boxes too in a couple places.
Yeah,
I see where Katie, what's her name, lost her court thing in Arizona on the signatures.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there were supposedly 250,000 signatures that were.
Yeah, and she lost by 17,000.
Yeah, and it didn't matter supposedly.
Well, the judge,
they don't care. Yeah.
You know how that
is.
Yeah. Yeah, Davos and Klaus Schwab and what's the other fuck guy's name?
Soros.
Yeah. Look that shit up.
His son is I can't picking up the torch, I guess. Soros, his son. Yeah, I was reading about him. He's cut from the same cloth, Yeah. So
they tried to look up where Klaus Schwab went to school and came from and everything. There's no history for this guy.
My friend Guy Walters, he says you have to ask, with all the evidence of Biden, his son, and the results of the investigations for the Russian collusion hoax, are there prosecutions of the Democrats not going forward? What the F?
Well,
yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, what a great question.
We've said this before. It's funny, all the shit that's going down. Politicians don't go to jail.
They don't. Yeah,
nobody gets arrested.
Yeah, unless it's really ludicrous, like Wiener, he went to jail for a while, but yeah, unless it's really, they're not going.
How about the whistleblowers?
Yeah,
I mean, you got the Hunter Biden thing, like Guy mentioned. And all this money that's being shuttled into the Biden family company, but they don't seem to have any company, just like 22 LLCs.
Yeah, that was interesting, right?
That bounce money back and forth like a fucking ping pong ball.
What's the product there? What's the widget you're selling?
How come your grandmother, your granddaughter gets a check from some fucking guy in China? You know what I mean?
It's shameless, man. It's just totally shameless.
Well, apparently the IRS, they just dropped the investigation parts of that.
Yeah, we're in the wrong business, man. That's just obvious. That's obvious. And Joe, they still go back every once in a while. They'll go back to the thing in Ukraine with the prosecutor that was going after his son. And, Joe just blowharding like he's sitting at the bar somewhere saying, well, I told him, you want the money? You better do this.
Yeah.
And son of a bitch, we got the money,
Yeah. I watched
that's just blatant in your face. And so what?
I watched a reaction video on YouTube last night or the night before. I think it's Jaw and Half, male female team, and they were talking about how Biden said that Trump was the most racist president ever.
Yeah,
but they wound up finding all these things that Biden said and quotes and live video that you can find about the racist remarks that he made. and how he was buddies with the head of the exalted Cyclops or whatever the fuck he was, right?
Robert Byrd, yeah.
Right. What piece of shit that guy probably was, right? And he spoke at his funeral.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of shit, you know what I mean? That the media's not going to tell you. Like the Democratic Party owned most of the slaves. The Democratic Party started the KKK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's they've got a checkered past, but
somebody tried to tell me once, that's then the party switched.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The party switched.
Yeah, they say.
Yeah, listen, hey,
now,
you know what?
The Southern Democrats are all Republicans now.
You're gonna be a Republican? Okay, I'll take the Democrat thing. You be the Republican.
Okay.
We'll just change it that way. You know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well,
but that's the media, and them trying to change history.
Well,
history.
People do
insert their own history,
and you see the man on the street stuff, and people just hear what they hear, and then they're worrying about make sure the trash is out on time and there's gas in the car, because when I've seen before when they say, listen to these quotes, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, blah 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 blah. Who do you think said that?
Trump.
Yeah. And there's a litany of them, the list as long as so.
But you do get, I watched that guy Klug, KLU with the 2 dots over it.
Yeah.
G. So he does a lot of interviews in Huntington Beach, in Laguna Beach, and it's fun because you get a mix of people, but then you get those people that again.
Now is he goes to Huntington Beach to the pier?
Yeah,
is that him? And he'll have a sign with him.
No sign.
Young guy.
Young guy, no sign.
Yeah, I've seen the guy.
He has a nice microphone, a good cameraman. One of the last ones he did in the last month, like some guy he had gotten in an argument with previously, was trying to chase him around the pier.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, like everyone's entitled to their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
But you need to be using your brain with certain things and look at things in a perspective where question it. You know what I mean? Remember, question everything. Don't trust anybody over 30.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead. Questions are $5.
Okay.
Answers are 10. Yeah. Correct answers are 15. But you got a $20 credit. So go ahead.
Free to get in, cost you $20 to leave.
Yeah, you can have all the heroin you want. Once you're hooked, you got to pay.
Yeah. What's going on this weekend? Yeah, you're getting busy all of a sudden, right? It's shameless plug. It's shameless plug section of the show.
Can we get the shameless plugs up there, handsome? So on Memorial Day, the Ferris Wheel Junkies are playing at Cook's Corner. Memorial Day show. It's outside there in Tribuco Canyon. Fantastic lineup. The show starts at 11. Usually start at 12, but because it's Monday, Memorial Day, for some reason, they ask us to start at 11. Don't miss that one. And then the Kentucky Playboys will be playing Cook's Corner on Friday, June 2nd. Again, another fantastic lineup.
Great Ray Weston on drums.
Brian Cram.
Yeah, Brian's good. Everybody's good on that.
Chris McKinney, Greg Richardson.
Yeah.
The world famous Bruce Flint, and yours truly. And then I also have a gig this Saturday at the Swallows. The lineup for the Playboys, Robbie Boyd. Who's on there?
Kenny Koska.
Oh, Kenny Koska. Kenny Koska. Kenny's a wild man. That's Cosmic Kenny. Jason Brown, Ben Wagner, again on keys, Chris McKinney, and yours truly. That's a 2:00 show. Looking forward to it. Like I haven't had as many gigs as you've had in the last few months.
Right.
But it seems like I got a couple going on. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, you should be, man.
I also got to see the Grateful Dead at the Forum Friday and Saturday.
That's right.
Shout out to Jeannie, my little sister, and the dog, who's not on any social media and will probably never see this. So fuck you, dog. But we had a blast. We truly had a blast. I drove us up. The parking lot scene was great. We had fantastic at the Forum.
Yeah. Oh God, the Forum.
We were on the floor. God. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. When you get down on the floor, it's so tight in and around there. Like it was built a long time ago.
I know.
Were you there when they?
I was there. I was there in the early 70s. Yeah, with probably with Guy Walters and probably with Megliola to see Led Zeppelin or somebody.
Yeah,
you could spend the night. You could drop acid and spend the night in the parking lot to get tickets back then.
Yeah, yeah, you can't do that.
Different time.
Yeah, parking around there is ridiculous. But we just had a blast, and so that was the beginning of their final tour, and then in July I'm going to see them 3 nights in San Francisco for their final 3 shows with the same crew, and hopefully some of my other good friends along the way.
Yeah, they
God bless Jerry Garcia and the good old Grateful Dead.
Yeah, Bob Weir's still going at it, man. He's got to be.
It's a little slower. I mean,
he's got to be 80.
You know how
right there
as a drummer, a singer. You know what I mean? There's a count there, right? You know what I mean? Where the vocals should come back. Well, now they're going around again for him on almost everything.
Yeah.
Well, instead of calling him Dead and Company, there's people calling him Slow and Company.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. All the heads and people in the parking lot. I should have sent you some pictures. Selling acid, selling T-shirts, selling veggie burritos, falafels. Pins, you name it, they were selling it.
Well, you go to see Led Zeppelin or whoever it is now that you want to go see, and it's all about the music. With the Dead, it's all about the music and the happening thing.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
So it's one of those things where at the Grateful Dead, you're very few fights, very few arguments. Well, you know what I mean?
Like not a lot of drinking. That's why.
Yeah, go to the Dodgers game. Go see the Doyers play. You know what I mean?
That's different.
Or back when the Raiders were here, or even any other football team, a bunch of alcohol, there's always fights, and that many people together. But now we had a blast. It was a fantastic time.
Yeah.
But let's see. We did the shameless plugs.
Yeah, we were going to go bag on Newsom, but I don't think we need to. He's
he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of crap. He always will be.
Sorry,
I did see one thing.
Didn't get nominated for president. You fuck.
Yeah, I did see one thing though that he's trying to get rid of the oil business in California, and you know what they're trying to do with energy. Well, one of his biggest donors is Getty Oil. These guys are so full of crap. He's like a frat boy that, silver spoon frat boy that wants to be president or something. I have nothing but contempt for the guy.
He's one of those guys. He's like, well, it's like our boy Chuck Schumer.
Oh yeah,
fucking caught dead, and you lied to everyone. Yeah. Bold face. Just as we have the evidence, we have the whistleblower. You lied. Yeah. Now you're going to come back.
You need Schiff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. Adam Schiff.
Yeah,
Schumer's the other guy with the glasses we were talking about.
Yeah.
That is a little more educated.
But he's slicker and he's
pompous fuck.
Yeah,
he's on the list.
Well, it's with most politicians, it's the Harry Reid thing. If you remember Harry Reid, the senator from Nevada, right? When he went after Mitt Romney saying he didn't pay his taxes, and they finally said after he was out of office, they said to him, that was a lie, and you knew it was a lie. And he just looked at the report and he went, he didn't win, did he?
Yeah.
And there's nothing else to say.
Yeah. Nobody's going to do anything to you, right, guy? Nobody's going to do anything to him.
Yeah. Right.
There's no consequences for that. There's no consequences for almost anything anymore.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, after this on the way home, I'm raping, pillaging, and stealing.
Yeah. I haven't pillaged for a while. That sounds like a good idea.
I should have been born a pirate.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I think our next we're gonna try to put together the Bloody Mary show,
right,
for the next show.
Right. We'll do that down in South County.
Yeah, down in Laguna on our secret spot.
Did we talk to her?
Yeah, I think she's come up for mayor. She got.
No, I talked. Yeah, she's actually with my mom and my sister-in-law right now having dinner somewhere.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're having dinner tonight.
Yeah,
but shout out to the family. We love you guys and we appreciate it. Just tuning in and entertaining our wild beliefs here. And, our fantastic opinions.
Yeah, as far as we're concerned, anyway.
Hopefully, we made you smile, chuckle, think about something. What are we doing? Is that it?
I think that's it.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Well, listen, again, remember, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Live and love like you mean it. Life is short. You got to hustle hard and never trust a living ass. We'll see you soon. Peace.
All right.